Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those who watch this video. I'll adjust my glasses there. Going to talk about this new series that just ended on Netflix called Romance in the House. So you can watch all 12 episodes all at once. So if you're somebody who likes to binge watch, this might be a show for you. So Romance in His House, of course, this is a romantic movie. I guess it's a rom-com, but there's not very much com in it. After the first couple episodes, you'll see some here and there. So let's get into Romance in the House. Romance in the House is about a family a broken family, I guess you can say, for the father and the mother. They got a divorce. The father was kind of like a disaster because he's always trying to do these get quick rich schemes that always would fail. And the final straw was when the mother had a somewhat successful business, but the father took out a loan from some loan sharks, and when he couldn't repay the money to him, they kind of destroyed the mother's business. And basically it was the daughter who kind of kicked him out of the house, telling him, that she'll take care of the family now. And then so about 10 years later, the father re-enters the family's lives. This time he's very rich. And so there's kind of like a mystery part of this movie is about where was the father during the time that he was away? How did he get rich? And not only where, but what did he do during that time period? And, it's just him trying to reconcile with his ex-wife and with the daughter, especially with the daughter. I think the wife wasn't so mad at the father, but she kind of went on. It sounds like appears that she kind of went with the divorce because of the unhappiness he was bringing to the children, and he kept on ruining things, but she still kind of loved her husband. But so the relationship, the series really is about the father and the daughter reconciling and their differences, and the daughter trying to get over the hatred that she really has for her father. And that's basically like the basis. But I do enjoy that they kept the mystery of the father, like what did he do while he was away? How did he get his money? And is he really a bad person now? Did he join a gang, a mob? I like how they use like the tattoo on his arm. He didn't have a tattoo when he was married, but now he comes back, has a tattoo on his arm. And how that's kind of like, oh my gosh, did he join a gang or the mob while he was away? And that's how he got his money. So I kind of, it's kind of like movies and TV shows back in the 80s here in America, maybe even part of the 90s, where if anybody had a tattoo that was part of like a motorcycle gang or the mob, or there was always like a bad guy because they had a tattoo. And now when you look around, there's more people with tattoos than without tattoos. At least that's how it seems, when I go to work. I mean, I'm like one of the few people who don't have a tattoo, and like it seems like everybody around me has a tattoo. It might be 50-50, but it's just the way it seems. Let's get off the topic of tattoos. But yeah, so it is. I like it. I enjoyed this. Like I said, I really enjoyed the mystery of the father and how they kind of drew that out throughout the whole series up to the end of episode 11. You don't know what kind of person the father is. I enjoyed the storyline of him and the daughter, and she had legitimate reasons to not like her father and to think of him as a bad person. And then you see her in her life, not only she's taking care of her mother, she's also taking care of her younger brother. And then you see that she's a hard worker at the company she's in, and then kind of focuses on a little bit of the relationship she develops with with one of her co-workers. And and her co-workers, or the second male lead, I guess we'll say, his relationship between his father and that relationship. So it is really like a movie about relationship between fathers and their children in that aspect of this. So you got that covered in this series, which I also enjoyed. And how they weren't always on the best of terms, and why these relationships might disintegrate and break up. I think it does a very good job writing that into this series. But overall, this series really is about the father and the mother getting back together, hence Romance in the House. And then the relationship. I also think they did a good job with the younger brother and his story and his relationship in his family when they got a divorce. he was just a kid. He doesn't really know what was going on, why his parents separated. So when the father re-enters the life, their life, he's all excited, he's energetic, he wants to be back with his dad, not understanding, the trouble that the father caused before he left. And then, his relationship between his mom and his sister and the dad. I think they wrote all these characters very well, very realistically. My only complaint, there's a lot of complaints, but my major complaint would be probably episode 12. I do like series where you get to see the people's lives after all the conflict is resolved. I like to see like 15 to maybe 20 minutes of it, but a whole hour, a whole episode where everything's resolved and there's not really much going on in the last episode. Not very much conflict, wasn't much comedy or anything, but at least you got to see their lives for that hour and where, how they're getting along after, everything's been resolved. That was good, but I feel like an hour was a little too long. Maybe they could have had a little bit more, like first 30 minutes of it being, still trying to get over the differences of the family and stuff like that. So it made for a long hour, but I still enjoyed it. I didn't ruin the series whatsoever. I'll give this a recommend. You can find it on Netflix. Like I said, it's 12 episodes. You can binge right through them. I think once you start watching this, it'll be something to be hard to put down. Cause it's not really nothing stupid that you're right, or, like I can't get over this, or, just getting dumb or anything like that. It's pretty solid writing. Everybody portrays their characters very well. Good storytelling. So if you've seen this, give me some comments below. What do you think about Romance in the House? Anyways, if not, hope to see you again in another video. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.